By Burke, play continues, dropped off by Newmark, takes the check, gets it back now here to Annesley. He's slung it across rink wide and over the blue line it goes, but the Mustangs are going to break back the other way. Here's Isaacson with Burke. Burke now sends it across. Here's Vyasov, thought about the shot, drops it off. Great shot from Thomas, better stop there from Kimlin. And Michael McMahon has the puck. Thanks to our viewers for your patience. A few technical errors there at the start of this game. With 12:49 remaining, it is scoreless, so you didn't miss anything too much, as that's going to be whistled down as Ratcliffe tried to skate out of the neutral zone. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, if you missed the first few minutes, well, we just couldn't get the stream up and running. We now have it, but a full copy of the game will be uploaded after this conclusion of this stream. So if you want to miss the first 3 minutes of myself talking garbage, which is generally every week, just tune in once it's finished. But we talked about earlier, the North Stars in second on 44 points. The Bears on 40 in third. And they really have a real chance to catch the North Stars there in second. The North Stars playing the Perth Thunder later this afternoon in Game 2. Thunder taking Game 1 last night. As this puck to the side of the net, prodded at there by Brenda McDowell, and that's gobbled up by Kimlin. The Thunder on 36 points in fourth spot, and the Mustangs in fifth on 30. So a must-win game for the Mustangs. They have to win and take the 3 points, the full 3 points, to stay in this AHL finals hunt, with the Ice Dogs and the Ice, in my view, the Ice absolutely eliminated. The Ice Dogs essentially eliminated after losing to the Mustangs in the make-up game, the rescheduled game, which was last night in Sydney. So a tough ask there for the Sydney Ice Dogs, but I mean, as we saw, as Clare got shoved to the ice by Flack and not in the eyes of the official, and play will continue. Clare now goes digging at the puck behind the nets. They tie up, put into the corner now. Skated into by Sean Jones, playing his he played his 200th AIHL game last night in Sydney. Congratulations to him, long-serving Melbourne Mustang and former skipper. As the puck back into the corner here for the Mustangs. And out they come here on this power play, which was actually not announced. Not sure what it was for. Anyway, play continues. He's across. A quick shot and a save there by Kimlin. And Owens cleared that one out. Kept in there by foot there by Burke. Well done. His shot is gloved by Kimlin. And we get a whistle. So just getting confirmation it was actually for cross-check, that penalty. So the Bears giving up the penalty earlier, giving up the power play early. The Mustangs with a good chance to go ahead early. Their power play has been pretty good so far this season, but they have lost a lot of games in the third period. It has been the bane of their existence in season 2019, so they can't afford to lose this one. Thomas across to Burke, one-time shot, and that was tipped in front by Isaacson, and Kimlin taking up too much of the goal crease. So a little bit of a mention, I'm flying solo today. My co-pilot Rod Johns grounded in Vietnam, literally. I think he was supposed to come back today, but hopefully he'll tweet in later. But you've just got the dulcet tones of myself. And Rod, if you're watching, mate, I don't know what the beer of choice is in Vietnam, but don't have one too many. Here's Isaacson. Moved up the ice now here to Ratcliffe, going 2-on-2 here with Gauthier. Ratcliffe just drops this one off, looking there for Gauthier, but he was in the wrong position. And the Mustangs are going to take control of the puck now as the penalty expires, and we're back to 5-on-5 as Owens just pulls up inside the blue line, dishes it off down low to Burke. Some close attention there from Annesley. Owens' shot is well wide, and Funes will try and force this one out of the zone. McMahon did well to keep this one alive. Lamoureux heads to the bench after getting the puck back out to centre, and it's picked up now here by Michael McMahon. Here's Owens, pursued there by Gauthier. Sends it up now here to Apps, and that one was tipped and into the zone. Icing cancelled out. Newmark's going to get back there first, but Annesley beat even him to it, and it's sent back out to centre. Here's Mitch Humphreys now back to Darling with McMahon. 24 to 26 to 25, nearly in numerical order. 24 now has the puck. Over the blue line comes Humphreys. Drops it off at the top of the circle. Shot, and that's gloved there by Kimlin. And a little bit of early face washing is Anthony Kimlin appealing for some kind of penalty, and I think Grange Phillips, our official, has picked someone to go and sit, or at least get a talking to. Now Ryan Annesley and Mitch Humphreys are both going for coincidentals. It's a good call. So we'll play 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. 9:59 remaining in period number 1. Well, at least I thought Ryan Annesley was going. It looks like it's just going to be Mitch Humphries. Let's take a look at the replay. There's Humphries in front of the net. Kimlin wants it out there. Just the additional whack there after the whistle. Annesley coming to the defence of his goaltender and slashing the call. So a power play now here for the Sydney Bears. Big guns out there. Ratcliffe, Annesley, Funes, Gauthier, and the skipper, Michael Schlamp, who returned last night against the Melbourne Ice after missing a good part of 16 games after suffering a knee injury. But a short-handed opportunity now here for Isaacson down the right side. Isaacson, great job there by Annesley to take the angle away and cancel that opportunity out. Tried to center that at the back door, and Anderson was poised there and just couldn't connect with that. Anderson had a hat-trick last week against the Adelaide Adrenaline in Adelaide. The Mustangs taking both of those games comprehensively over the Adrenaline to get their season back on track, or their finals aspirations anyway. They went obviously through June and July with a 5-game losing streak and then went win-loss, loss-win-win. So a pivotal game here for them this afternoon. Here's Isaacson, or getting hooked there from Funes. Isaacson tried to dangle his way through. Good job from Annesley. Then he gets tripped for his trouble. And Phillips lets it go. They score! Vyasov short-handed. And the Mustangs draw first blood. It's 1-0. Well, that was an interesting sequence of events there, because Christian Isaacson was being hooked there by Brian Funes. Then Annesley got tripped. So I would assume that was a... Let's have a look. There's Annesley. Well, he sold it a little bit, but Vyasov was there nonetheless, and it's a short-handed goal there for Vadim Vyasov. 16 goals on the year, 30 points. He is having career best figures, as we've talked about all season. And he's got the first one here this afternoon over the Sydney Bears. It's 1-0 Mustangs, 9:10 to play here in period number 1 at the O'Brien Icehouse, as Terrell Clare takes the puck now for the Bears. Linesman Jeff Klink goes down. That's a cut. Picked up now by the Bears, and they move this puck out. As Newmark was just a little too slow there for the pass from Guillenay, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off. Looks like we're going to have it at centre. I think the wrong call was made. I think the referee was signalling. A little bit of confusion. As we take a look at the other fixtures being played across the AIHL this afternoon, just the 2 other games, the CBR Brave and the Adelaide Adrenaline will face off at 4:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, so pretty much just after this one's finished. The Brave taking out the Beyond Blue Cup last night, and a great cause that goes through to. It was a 7-2 victory there to the CBR Brave, and well, no one's going to catch them. They locked up the H. Newman Reid Trophy last week over the Melbourne Ice. And better get their scuba gear if they want to go and claim it from Warners Bay. Here's Guillenay now, just inside the blue line. Sent across there to Clare. Down now at the side of the net. Oh, driving. We've got a penalty coming up. It looks like it's going to go against the Mustangs, as Lamoureux was hooked. And Sean Jones, after playing game number 200, is going to spend 2 in the box. And the Mustangs will be 2 players down for at least 29 seconds, providing the Bears don't score. We've got a 5-on-3 now here for about 30 seconds there. Pretty clear hook. Hook you sort of had to take there, as Lamoureux was lining up for an opportunity there on Kevin Nastiuk. So a golden opportunity here for the Bears to respond. Remember that last game they played against the Mustangs in that wild first period? It was goal for goal, literally. As Annesley sends it now here to Gauthier. He fires, and that shot just goes wide. He has an absolute laser beam. Says Gauthier. Well, Funes, you can tell he's lost his helmet. That back now here to Annesley. Hit shot, and that one goes wide and trickles out off the kick plate. So move back up and across ice now here to Isaacson. Isaacson now. And he sends it wide of the net. And picked up now here by Ratcliffe, who's having a good season for the Bears as well. Ratcliffe just pulls up inside the blue line. Now here to Annesley. He picks the puck up and looks for a shooting lane. Looking for a tip in front. There was Newmark, and just couldn't get wood to rubber. And the puck sent all the way down the ice. And Kimlin looking for the long pass to catch the Mustangs, who were thinking about a change. Good play from him. Gauthier drops it off, and Schlamp just couldn't hold the puck on. That was offside, but finally whistled down. And we'll get a whistle. 7:32 remaining in the first period. And it's a 1-0 hockey game here in favour of the Mustangs, with 1:03 left on the penalty to Sean Jones for hooking. And of course, the Perth Thunder and the Newcastle North Stars will get going at about 4:30 Western Standard Time, that being 6:30 here over in the East. Game 2, the Thunder taking out last night's game. And as we talked about earlier, the North Stars in favour of, in danger of dropping down to third. We've got another penalty coming up. Not sure what that was for, as the Bears still have a 5-on-3. Looks like it was a too many men call. No, Isaacson's got one for slashing. So Annesley has the puck now. A 5-on-3 and a golden opportunity now for the Bears. They get an extension of that previous 5-on-3. They jam it, and Newmark can't find daylight. Maybe Schlamp can, but sprawling Nastiuk, the difference in that equation. It's sent in front, and Ratcliffe, intelligent play there to hit Schlamp. And Kevin Nastiuk to the rescue with some acrobatics there in the blue paint for the Mustangs. 7 minutes remaining, 1-0. And we've got about 27 seconds before Sean Jones can be released from the penalty box. Newmark drops it off now here to Annesley, just inside the blue line. Gauthier looking for a shooting lane, sends it across himself to Ratcliffe, as Funes and Schlamp providing the screen there in front of Nastiuk. Annesley thought about the shot. Gauthier lets it go, and that's wide. I think that was actually blocked off of Owen's skate before it got through. As Jones gets ready to step back on the ice. Oh, Val Ratcliffe was at the back door. Great vision from Gauthier. Turnaround shot, and he scores. Power play goal. The Bears have tied it. Ratcliffe makes it 1-1. So Jake Ratcliffe, the initial try there, the feed from Gauthier wasn't successful on the first attempt. Turnaround shot in the high slot through a screen, Nastiuk. And the Sydney Bears have cancelled out the early advantage. Let's have a look at the replay. There's Gauthier, fans on the first attempt, but then gets it back, high slot, and, well, he had McMahon and Funes in his field of vision there, did Kevin Nastiuk. So Jake Ratcliffe hits 13th goal of season 2019, 29 points on the season. Trails only Annesley and Gauthier. Trails only Gauthier in the goal-scoring stakes. And it is 6:15 to go with a 1-1 scoreline here in the first at the O'Brien Icehouse. Guillenay up to Tyrell Clare. Clare sends it rink wide, just touched in there by Brucker, who played his 100th game last time he visited Melbourne. Guillenay now. Well, let that puck now go through to Burke. Burke over the blue line. Got Vyasov with him, and Isaacson heading towards the net. Clare providing the check there for the Bears. Goes into the corner, and Vyasov will have to go and handle it now here for the Mustang. Burke's side of the net, not much room to work with. Brucker has it and just sends it out of the zone intelligently here to Newmark to skate onto and go on a 2-on-2 break. Here's Clare now with Newmark. Clare with the moves. Newmark almost with the finish, and the puck just slides off his stick at the crucial juncture. And Vyasov will sweep up now here for the Mustangs. Whistle gone, and we may have a penalty. And I think it's going to go against the Mustangs again. Parker Thomas this time heading to the box. And plenty of penalties here early in this first period. And Parker Thomas will take his seat. So 5:25 remaining. There's Newmark, there's Thomas, maybe there. So we'll listen for the call as Ratcliffe digs at it. So roughing is the call. Okay, that's interesting. Annesley now picks the puck up. Might have to have a look at that replay again just to narrow when it was. We're just out of shot by potentially. Here's Ratcliffe. Starts up ice now here for the Bears. Just gets over the blue line. A great entry there from the Bears on this power play. Looking for Annesley at the point potentially. Goes to him now. Annesley, Gauthier fires, and that's saved by Nastiuk. It's loose in front. They jam at it. Schlamp can't get it past Nastiuk. And again, the Mustangs goaltender to the rescue. Gauthier has the puck again. Slides it across. One-time shot from Ratcliffe, and that almost deflected off his opposite number there in Jackson Lane. The two nines combining there inadvertently. Here's Annesley, sends it across here to Gauthier. They interchange places. Gauthier sends it right now here to Ratcliffe, the goal scorer for the Bears. One-time shot again from Gauthier. Loose at the side of the net. And on his backside again, Nastiuk bails his team out. There's Gauthier. Sent off the glass and out of the zone there by Mitch Humphreys, and some tired Mustangs get to the bench. And it's just Annesley now trying to catch said Mustangs on a change. Gauthier. 46 seconds remaining on the penalty to Thomas for roughing. Sent around the back of the net. Brucker trying to shake his defenseman. Sent in front. Oh, back of the net. it went after Gautier's shot went wide, and Schlamp picks it back up now here for the Bears. Sent into the opposite corner. Darling just wedges this one out of the zone. And Isaacson's going to have to pick it up now all by his lonesome with 4 Sydney Bears to deal with. But time being the essence of the penalty kill, he's bought himself about 10 seconds and 10 seconds off the power play of the Bears as they change up and get their second power play unit on. Guillenay sent into the zone there by Lamoureux. Brucker. Jones. 3:27 to go. That's going to do it for the power play as Thomas steps back on the ice and we're back to 5-on-5. Turnaround shot from Lamoureux, and that one was blocked before it even got through. Jones, I don't think he got the message or the memo that it was back to 5-on-5, and that's going to be cancelled out in terms of the icing call as Terrell Clare was a little pedestrian there and trying to touch the puck. He's up at the chance now here for the Mustangs, but a timely stick from Guillenay proved the difference. It's danger not over, though, as Owens races in. Owens now looking for a wraparound potentially. Sent it in front, looking for a deflection there off the skates of Jones. And that one comes back out of the zone, and Esposito goes to work now here for the Bears in front of the penalty box. Concedes the puck now here to Owens, who's been quite the revelation for the Mustangs since dropping back onto the blue line. Obviously with injuries to Troy Robertson and co. Here's Anderson now. Anderson sent it in front. Flack just couldn't get a clean handle on it. Owens did well to take that one on one knee and spinning. And he's bought himself and the Mustangs a power play after a hook coming there. As Alexander Wardlaw is going to sit now here for the Sydney Bears. And the man advantage stakes tip in favour of the Mustangs on this occasion. 2 minutes for hooking there going up to Wardlaw. And the man advantage now coming here for the Sydney Bears. Sorry, for the Melbourne Mustangs. We talked about some ins and outs for both teams. The Bears, Michael Schlamp obviously returning to the lineup last night against the Melbourne Ice. Adam Dowder is out. Tommy Stephen is out for the rest of the season. He's returned to college for the Sydney Bears, so that's a big loss for them. As this one sent across, now here to Isaacson. Now here to Vyasov. Owens camped at the other circle. Thomas trying to find the puck through to him, but elects to go back to Vyasov. Chips it in now here to Isaacson with Burke providing the nuisance in front of Kimlin. That shot goes off the side of the net. Kimlin had enough of the angle covered. As they jam at the side of the net, Isaacson now just patrolling behind the net. Vyasov had to shake the stick there of Ratcliffe. It goes down to Isaacson, but Vyasov commands it now. Back now here to Thomas, looking for Owens. Potential shooting opportunity cancelled there as the 6'4" frame of Gauthier, and a 2-on-1 now short-handed for the Bears. Gauthier sends it across. Ratcliffe with a shot, and he scored. Ratcliffe's got 2, as do the Sydney Bears, and they have a 2-1 lead. Short-handed goal to Jake Ratcliffe. Well, power play or not, no problem there for the Sydney Bears. And Jake Ratcliffe on fire here this evening when it barely 1 period in. Let's have a look at the replay. Gauthier, Thomas trying to clog the lane. Beautiful saucer pass right on the tape there of Ratcliffe. Not much Nashdir could do about it, even though he did get a piece of it. Not enough. That's 14 goals now on the year for Jake Ratcliffe. 30 points, tying Ryan Annesley there for second in terms of the points race at the Sydney Bears. And the Bears are going to head into the intermission, likely with a 2-1 lead, but there is 90 seconds of hockey remaining in period number 1. So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off here. Is that not what Max Parent wanted headed into the second intermission? But let's see what the Mustangs have in response if recent history is anything to go by. Guillenay. Just elect to leave that one behind, much to the advantage there of Sean Jones. Here's to Anderson. Jones took a hard hit there at the half wall. He's just getting back to his feet. It's loose in front. Kimlin covers and finally made sure of it. But Jones got lit up there at the half wall as he took the hit to make the play. Don't forget the Mustangs still on the power play. But Anthony Kimlin having a conversation there with referee Grange Phillips, your officials this afternoon. Grange Phillips in the armbands, Jeff Klink and Steve DeWitt are your linesmen. Puck drop back out now here to the blue line. Here's Flack. He's got 6 goals on the year and he had a hat-trick 2 weeks ago. Flack now, 4-goal weekend that weekend for the Mustangs. McMahon, his shot, that's tipped and swatted out there by Clare in the end as Flack went down a little easy. Sent back out now here to Anderson. Second power play unit on the ice now here for the Mustangs. Flack tried to dance through. He wanted to get the return feed from McDowell, and Kimlin's big pads and glove said no. And that will be another face-off to Kimlin's right. 50 seconds remaining in period number 1. He tried to go 5-hole there, and Kimmo perfect technique. And nothing to shoot at. 19 seconds until Alexander Wardlaw will step back on the ice here for the Sydney Bears, and not really many chances apart from that last one here for the Mustangs on this power play. Maybe time for one last scoring opportunity. They're going to have to hurry though. Here's Owens. Just pulls up now the bottom of the circle. Owens looking back now here to Thomas, just inside the blue line. Wardlaw back on the ice. 5-on-5 hockey it is. It dribbles through the slot, and a shot there was straight into the chest there of Anthony Kimlin from Burke, and he'll hold on. Also a couple of changes for the Mustangs. I mean, Pat O'Kane's out. Damien Bright not playing this Sunday, and Cooper Metcalf making his debut for the Melbourne Mustangs, the rookie. And they did let him skate by himself in true tradition of the warm-up skate. So good to see another rookie joining the lineups here for the Melbourne Mustangs, as Owens and Ratcliffe have a little bit of a jostle here at the blue line behind plate. The play continues, and that's pretty much going to do it here for period number 1. As it's sent in now, maybe last chance saloon there for Brucker in terms of the time slot, but it matters not, as the Sydney Bears have a 2-1 lead over the Mustangs after one. A pair of goals there for Jake Ratcliffe being the difference. And Vadim Vyasov has the other one for the Mustangs. 2 short-handed goals in this game so far. And we'll see what the second intermission and the third holds, as these two teams generally have a very entertaining history in season 2019. It's the Bears 2, the Mustangs 1. We'll be back with the second period of play right after this. And welcome back to the O'Brien Ice House here in Melbourne, where it is the Sydney Bears 2, the Melbourne Mustangs 1. 2 goals to Jake Ratcliffe from the Sydney Bears, and just a solitary goal there to Vadim Vyasov of the Mustangs, short-handed. And a great game of hockey so far. Not as entertaining as the previous encounter between these two teams, which the Bears took out 8-4 in the end with a 6-goal first period, goal for goal. However, plenty to play here for the Mustangs as a contemplative Max Parent looks on there from the Mustangs bench. But as we talked about the permutations of a Mustangs win or a Bears win in terms of the 2019 season, the Bears will come within 1 point of the North Stars should the Thunder win this afternoon over in Perth. But should the Mustangs win, they'll close the distance on the Thunder, but obviously if the Thunder win, that throws that out the window. But we're just waiting for the pegs to go in here at the far end in terms of drilling the hole. They were a little bit behind schedule because of the defreeze mites that were on earlier. But we're almost set here for action between the Bears and the Mustangs. So just the 2 other games obviously being played across the AIHL. As I said at the start of the broadcast, the CBR Brave and Adelaide Adrenaline will go to battle at 4:30 following the conclusion of this game. The Adrenaline going down 7-2 last night in Canberra in the Beyond Blue Cup. And as I mentioned, the North Stars and the Thunder will play game 2 of their doubleheader later this evening over there in the West, 6:30 Eastern time. But we talk about upcoming schedules as well. I mean, after this weekend, next Saturday, the Mustangs travel to the Bears in Sydney. So they're not done. They've got 1 more game for the season up there in Sydney. And then on the following day, the Mustangs will play the Brave in Canberra. And that'll be a real test for them as well. If you look at the run home for the respective teams, the Bears have a slightly tougher route than the Mustangs do, but this stage of the season, anything can happen. Here's this one shot the length of the ice, icing called, and we'll have a whistle. So you take a look at the Bears bench. Another good season from the Bears. They were slightly not as productive as at this stage last season, where they'd already locked up their finals berth in 2nd place. But that being said, they're going to be there at the end of August, start of September, right on the cusp it is this year, 31st and 1st up in Newcastle. And the Mustangs, well, they're hoping to be there in amongst it as well. And their run home, as I said, relying sort of on other results as well. You don't really want to be there in that predicament at this stage of the season. But destiny's still well within their hands, should they keep playing the way they're playing as of recent form. Here's Jones now. Just drops this one off. He's in game number 201 for Sean Jones. This one shot up and under, and I think that bounced off the dasher there on the bench, so play continues. Here's Anderson, hands off now here to McMahon with Gauthier right in pursuit. Long range shot there was well wide, bounced off the kick plate to the other side. Jones backhands it right back in. And Lamaruhau has it, feathers it through now, looking for Ratcliffe, who's already got 2 points tonight and 2 goals. McMahon there, lengthy stick cancelled out that break as a check in the corner on Gauthier. Ratcliffe tried to hold it onside, couldn't do so. Gauthier tried to win the puck back. Bit of miscommunication there with Guillenay. And Gauthier has the puck now for the Sydney Bears. Saucer pass, intended target there was Schlamp right off the bench and almost got through to him, but Thomas was wiser to the attempt and cut it off at the pass. And he has the puck now. Thomas now sent it back now here to McMahon as the forecheck from the Bears comes right in deep of the zone of the Melbourne Mustangs, but they managed to get out of said zone. Put in by Apps, shoots it into the opposite corner, and it trickles through here to Kimlin, who's forced to cover. So 13-18 to play, 2-1 to the Sydney Bears if you just joined us. So let's have a look at the AIHL ladder. Now this is, as it stands right now, the Brave on 67, the North Stars on 44, so they're not going to mathematically catch the CBR Brave. The Bears in 3rd, Thunder in 4th on 4 points behind the Bears, and obviously their ladder position will be determined by the respective games this afternoon as Kimlin covers yet again. So we take another look. Sydney Ice Dogs, well, they're 9 points back, and well, it would take a monumental collapse from the Thunder or the Bears to relinquish that spot or realise a last week's surprise. Stranger things have happened, but here's Vyasov now. Schlamp loses the puck there to Burke. Burke now just patrols the blue line. Turnaround shot blocked up high before it got through to the net of Anthony Kimlin. Schlamp went reaching for the puck. Funes cleaned it up and dumped it in. Schlamp now, nice stick lift there to get the puck back. Took the check there from Burke, and Burke ties his stick up effectively enough for the Mustangs to at least facilitate a breakout there. Erzen's pass, and or Funes, well, did he have Vyasov in the crosshairs from about 3 meters away. And much to Vadim's sense, managed to avoid it. Funes now. Just puts the pressure there on Isaacson in front of the bench. Isaacson took a check there from Guillenay as he steps over the bench for a line change. And the Bears have their third line out. Good hit there from Clare just to separate Vyasov from the puck and let the puck trickle through all the way now here to Ryan Annesley with Esposito and Vlad Rubes out on this third line. Rubes with Wardlaw. His shot, and that's kicked out there by the right pad of Nastiuk, but not over though, as Annesley slings one in from up high. Nastiuk saw it all the way. So 12 minutes remaining in period number 2. The Bears 2, the Mustangs 1. So Ryan Annesley, as we talk about having yet another strong season, had 6 assists against the Mustangs last time out here in Melbourne 2 weeks ago. As Flack now slips this one through to Anderson. Here's Annesley, as I just mentioned. Just evades 2 checks there with a spinorama, puts it back to Esposito. Just got his stick on it, or he didn't in the opinion of the linesman. And it will indeed be icing and a face-off to the right of Anthony Kimlin. So just mentioned Ryan Annesley, 5 goals and 25 assists on the year. He only trails Danick Gauthier in terms of points, but leads the assist count for the Bears this year. And here's an opportunity for Wardlaw. Dangled round Darling, but lost control in the subsequent stick handle as referee Grange Phillips went down hard, and play continues. Here's Jones now. His shot, oh, that went almost hit Kimlin up high, and he's forced to get the blocker up. Follow-up chance, and Kimlin with a comfortable kick save. Those headhunting shots always difficult for a goaltender to deal with, and Kimlin did very well. This one side of the net loose and slipped out of the crease there by a timely stick from Rubes, and it's going to go into the pad there of Nastiuk, and icing is cancelled out. Sent up the ice now, touched by Apps, so no icing the other way. Kimlin's going to be first to play it, sends it around the boards. Gauthier grabs it on the backhand, turn and go, evades 2 checks there for the Mustangs, and he starts the breakout now here for Sydney. Sends it up to centre ice. Ratcliffe touches this one up. Over the goal line it goes. Thomas first back to get it now here for the Mustangs. Being pursued there by Newmark. His second line out now here for the Bears. Sent across to the ice. Humphreys did well to take that one and cancel out icing, but just couldn't get it on the second go. Ratcliffe concedes the puck now to teammate Gauthier down in Newmark. Bit of miscommunication there between Gauthier and Newmark, and the Mustangs will take opportunity here through the turnover. Gautier's going to get it right back though and try to take on at least 2 Mustangs players, and slapped all the way back now here to Brendan McDowell, who himself played game number 200 just a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot of players from this Mustangs, original Mustangs. Here's Ratcliffe now looking for goal number 3, shoots, oh, saved by Nastiuk. Ratcliffe had the Mustangs defense all ends up and very nearly made it 3-1. For the men in red, white and black. The men in in orange, black and white have the puck now. He is sent across to Vyasov, and his source of pass was cut off. It's come back now here to Gauthier. He's in behind. Got no support at the moment. Waits for reinforcements to arrive in the form of Ratcliffe. Drops it off to Newmark. His shot, and that one was blocked up high there by Erzen. And end-to-end stuff here on this last shift or 2. Vyasov's going to get it back the other way, and a 3-on-2 potentially here for the Mustangs. Isaacson drops it off to Vyasov, top of the high slot. Delays, shoots and scores! Vyasov's got 2, the Mustangs have 2, and it's 2-2 here in the second. Vadim Vyasov delayed, picked his spot, and he beat Anthony Kimlin from the high slot. And with 9:25 to go in the second, it's a tied hockey game. Here's a look at it again. The delay there from Isaacson, dropped it off. Vyasov thought about the shot initially, using the defenseman as a screen, and Kimlin just couldn't track the puck on his glove side. And Vadim Vyasov, his hot streak continues. That's his 17th goal of the season. Already had one in the first period shorthanded. That one was at even strength. And the Mustangs have tied the game here halfway or thereabouts through the second period. Funes now. Let that puck go. Owens sent it in deep. Jones just behind him. Here's Annesley. Feathers this one out now. Cupped up here to Schlamp, the captain, down the far side. Jumps it across, looking there for a long-time teammate, Funes. Couldn't arrive in time. Owens beat him to it. Funes still digs at it, sends it behind. Here's the Bears now with an opportunity. Lamoureux calling for it on the point. Managed to get it as he took a check there from Jones as he put it in deep. Owens gets it in the opposite corner and backhands it out now here to Anderson. Anderson almost stood up there at the blue line. Funes retreating, manages to put it right back in, and Brucker will go to work now here for the Bears on the forecheck. Almost forced the puck out of Owens' grip. He did so indeed. Sent to Annesley. Nice, intelligent one-touch play, but it was just wide there of Brian Funes. And the Mustangs will take number 2 on this breakout on this shift. Jones had Lamoureux looking to light him up there at the blue line. Annesley now as the Mustangs change up their lines. Brucker, Ratcliffe just touched that one off. No icing because McMahon got it there before it went over the goal line. Brucker. Humphreys, nice steal from him. Humphreys the other way now here for the Mustangs, looking to get the go-ahead goal. Sent it in front, and well, that one was turned over. McDowell the target, and Newmark's got it now here for the Bears. Waits for the trailer and Annesley. Good job from him. Delay, shoots, blocked there by McMahon. Ratcliffe tried to pick up the crumbs, and it goes into the opposite corner. And this game has started to open up there with that tying goal from Vyasov. Vyasov has 2, Ratcliffe has 2. Only 2 goal scorers in this entire game so far. Here's Apps now. Slips this one up now here to Humphreys. Good check there from Guillenay, taking time and space away there from Humphreys. As the Mustangs with a quick shift and a quick change as Gauthier looks to wheel through centre. Beats one, beats Vyasov, tries to draw another Mustangs player to him in Christian Isaacson. Just slipped that one across, looking for Clare to keep it in. And Clare slips it right back to Gauthier, but it ends up with Ratcliffe. Calling for it is Guillenay, his drive, and that one was well and truly blocked. And to no effect there for the Bears. It comes back out to the top of the circle. The Mustangs start back the other way. Here's Vyasov now. Just left the puck behind in the neutral zone, so he'll have to retreat. Nearly got a high stick there from Newmark, but he lets the puck up back now, and a shot there from Burke as Kimlin gobbles, and a little bit of push and shove, and guess who? Jamie Burke is in the middle of it, and I don't think there'll be anything out of that as he and Timmy Newmark had a little bit of a conversation, and that will be that. But looks like Newmark, there is going to be a bit of a postscript as Newmark's going to take a seat now here for the Bears. I assume roughing will be the call as that shot coming just afterwards. Well, Berkey did give him a little bit of a chop. Oh, yeah, he's going to. So we've got 4 on 4. So Burke and Newmark will sit in the respective penalty boxes, and we'll have 4 on 4 hockey here for the next 2 minutes. And well, this game opened up at 5 on 5. I wonder what it will do at 4 on 4. As the Mustangs try to break through that face-off there through Anderson. He's pinned to the glass there. And a good check from Guillenay. Schlamp goes digging in the opposite corner. And Annesley will start out. 2 on 2 break now the other way. Annesley drops it off to Brucker. Annesley goes towards the net. Sent it in front. Nice tip play, but behind the net it went as Schlamp laid a pretty stiff check there on Anderson. Lamoureux has the puck now here for the Bears. Sends it up ice. Schlamp tipped the puck. Couldn't control it. Picked up by Darling with Owens here on this defensive pairing for the Mustangs. In behind now is Jones. Jones draws his man to the ice. Nice move, side of the net. The move was there. The finish wasn't. But Anderson didn't have enough angle, I think, to get an effective shot off. Nice move there from Sean Jones to delay and draw his man to the ice. That's the inline hands there from Sean Jones. But that will be icing. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Anthony Kimlin. Look at that. Whoa. Beautiful. What a move. And oh, if Anderson could have got that shot off, that would have been 3-2. So 6:10 remaining. 2-2 if you just joined us. Great game of hockey so far here at the O'Brien Ice House. Just one more home game for the Melbourne Mustangs, that being on August 18th against the Sydney Ice Dogs. And that's shot off the draw there from McMahon, saved by Kimlin. So that'll be our final Mustangs home game for the year. These two teams meet one more time next week in Sydney, as I mentioned before. But the Ice Dogs will come to town for a double header, the Melbourne Ice on the Saturday and the Mustangs on the Sunday. Don't worry, Rod Johns will be back and reading tweets to your heart's content. Here's Gauthier now over the blue line to Ratcliffe. Already has 2 tonight. Send it back now to the point to Clare. One touches this one over to Gauthier. His centering pass is deflected up high. Nice job from Ratcliffe there to shake the check of Thomas and get it back to the point. Just kept onside there by Guillenay, and he sends it right back now here to McMahon. McMahon just backhands this one out now here to Vyasov. Vyasov sends it up now here to Thomas, cutting down the outside. Thomas to the outside of the circle, goes in deep now. Looking there to hand this one off to McMahon, who'd taken position at the point, but gets it right back and goes back into the neutral zone and all the way to his own blue line, and the Mustangs will have take 2 on that zone entry. Isaacson. And Vyasov a little too hasty on that zone entry, and we'll have an offside. So as I mentioned before, a few changes to the Mustangs lineup this afternoon, as the Bears as well. Vadim Vyasov sounding a bit like a broken record, but he's having a career year this year. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch. He's punctuated that with 2 goals here this evening. Here's Humphreys now with Owens and McDowell. Humphreys, his shot, oh, that almost hit Kimlin in the mask, got the glove up in time. And that will be of no threat to the net. And Schlamp will have the puck now here for the Bears as we're back to 5-on-5 as both Burke and Newmark have served their penance and have stepped back on the ice. Coincidentals are over. Burke straight into the action, as is Newmark laying the check on him. Back now here to McDowell. Tries to drag and drop that one in front of Kimlin. It's picked up by Annesley, and Schlamp and Annesley start a 2-on-2 breakout now here for the Bears. Annesley has the puck, tries to draw his man to the outside, waits for reinforcements to arrive, sends it behind the net there, looking for Schlamp. Backhand pass in front to Annesley, and well, he just couldn't pull the trigger on that chance there for Sydney. Guillenay. As a collision at centre ice, looks like Newmark ran into McDowell, and I think interference is going to be the call here. Brendan McDowell is going to take a seat. That was just behind the play. Oh, both of them are going. Okay, that's interesting. So here's the puck coming out. So Newmark and McDowell are going to sit. Oh, there's a chop there from Newmark. And yeah, there's the extra. Newmark sold that call, but it was there. Silly retaliation, well, silly penalty initially there from Newmark, and well, retaliation there always gets seen, but good thing that, good call that from Grange Phillips to see both of those, and the appropriate penalties dished out as Jones has the puck now for the Mustangs. McMahon down the near side. McMahon drives to the net, and oh, good idea there to go far side and then try and drop it short on the right pad there of Kimlin as he was moving post to post, but Kimlin wiser to it, and that snuffed out there for the Mustangs by the Bears goaltender. 90 seconds left on the coincidentals here to Newmark and McDowell. Jones is going to pick the puck up now here for the Mustangs. Thomas calling for it on the near side. Elects against it and elects to start up ice. Chips it now down the near side. And this one's going to go into the corner for Anderson to skate onto. Tries to get around Clare. Clare puts him into the boards hard, but rode most of that one did Anderson. He looks to be okay. Thomas now sends it across. McMahon with a drive. Good save from Kimlin as Jones was appealing for a penalty there. As Clare's stick was well and truly between his legs. Clare lays another check. He's going out the Claude Giroux one-man demolition team on this shift so far. 3 hits. Good shot there and a great save from Kimlin. Bit of seek and destroy there from Terrell Clare as he cleaned up Anderson twice and Jones once on that shift. Here's the first one. And a good check there to take time and space away. His Mustangs bench wanted a penalty, Mitch Humphreys especially. But good hard hockey there. Nothing wrong with that. 3:13 to go. 2-2. the scoreline. And Lane just kept that one onside for the Mustangs. Annesley back to get it there, just behind the net. The Bears trying to get out of their own zone, but they're going to be impeded from doing so legally. Finally, Vunes finds some time and space, sends it up to Brucker, who was offside anyway, and that'll be icing. So only 3 weeks of the AIHL regular season for 2019 left, flown by as it does every year, but you only ever come to that realization when it's the first week of August. The finals are only 4 weeks away, 31st of August and the 1st of September in Newcastle this year. As this one's sent across now here to Annesley. Isaacson puts Annesley into the glass, I should say. Lane takes it just inside the blue line, and that one goes a metre or so wide to the left of Anthony Kimlin. Owens now. Nice moves there from Vyasov. Got the hot hands. Tried to shake the check there of Annesley. Was successful in doing so. Owens calling for it. The move was there as Owens tried to sneak in at the back door as Vyasov managed to draw 2 Bears players towards him as Schlamp with a long-range dump in there on Nastyuk. Intelligent play to buy him some time and a change. Here's Brucker now. Brucker, Ratcliffe calling for a top of the high slot. His shot was a laser and it went into the glass. Vyasov with courage went down the block, and I think he took enough of the angle away. Picked up now here by Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe again, shot, and that saved. And another save there from Nastyuk. It's becoming the Vadim Vyasov versus Jake Ratcliffe show now, as that is whistled down. I don't think there was anything wrong with that hit, to be honest. Pretty solid check there from Owens, and I think it was Newmark shaken up on the play. But nothing wrong with that. Wasn't high, wasn't late from full speed. Replay will tell the story. Let's have a look at this again. So Newmark's there in front of the net. Tried to jam at it there. Good save from Nastyuk. Nah, well, Newmark led with his shoulder. No, I don't think there's anything in that at all. Good hard hockey. Christian Isaacson providing the physical presence there for the Mustangs. Good non-call there from Grange Phillips. 2:03 to go. 2-2 the score. Here's Thomas with McMahon. Just lifts this puck up. Glove down right there by Gauthier at centre ice. He goes over the blue line. Long range shot, and that's going to go high and wide and over the mask there of Kevin Nastyuk. Schlamp. Well, might have been a bit of a late hit there on Anderson, but looked like he just caught someone's leg. It's loose in front. Ratcliffe looking for it. And we've got a penalty coming up now against the Bears. Oh, and Gauthier chopped at there by McMahon. They exchange face washes and maybe more. Well, I didn't see what happened initially there, but Danick Gauthier and Michael McMahon were not happy with each other. The sticks came up high initially. I think both of them are going to sit for 2. Bit uncharacteristic there of Michael McMahon. He's generally one of the more chill members of the Mustangs playing group on the ice. The Gauthier, the sticks came up. I'm not sure if we get a look at the replay on that. So, I think there was exception there. Anderson, well, so Gauthier made the hit there on Anderson. So I'm not sure if that was late or it was interference. There's a little shot there from Gauthier. McMahon basically is just off camera there. You can see the reflection there. He came to the defense of his teammate. Stick came up and a few face washes. I don't think there's anything more than that than a couple of coincidentals. So, bit of grit from both guys, but McMahon protecting his teammate after Gauthier's hit on Anderson there was a little, I didn't see with the position of the puck, but yeah, you could question that definitely. So 1:37 remaining here in the second period, 2-2 the score. 2 goals to Vadim Vyasov, 2 goals to Jake Ratcliffe, and they are the lone goal scorers in this game. So Michael Schlamp and Jamie Burke, to the old hands of the AIHL, having a little bit of a conversation. Schlamp coming back from a knee injury, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. And sat out, I think, 14 games. So the ripe old age of 38, he's just raring to go. I mean, if you saw that 2018 final, and indeed the 2018 season, he was quite the linchpin on that top line there with Charlie Adams and Ryan Waugh. But it's back out there for the Bears. As I said, Tommy Stephen has departed the Bears. That's going to be a big loss for them, but plenty of capable hands. Look at Jake Ratcliffe. I think he's been the real find for them this year. And the Sydney Bears currently sitting in 3rd spot. And as I said, they could very easily chase down the North Stars with the runs home of those respective clubs, but I'm sure JFK and the boys will not be wanting that to happen. But in my view, both of those two teams are going to be there on the final weekend of August. Just matters who's going to face who in the on the Saturday in the first semi and the second semi-final. It's really, if you look at it, it's really 4th spot that's the contested spot, the most contested spot, I should say. I mean, it's the Thunder and Mustangs, really the only two teams in it for that one now, particularly with the result last night against the Sydney Ice Dogs. Apologies, Ice Dogs fans, but pretty tough ask for you boys at this stage of the season. I'm sure Fridge Petrie will be giving me a text in about 2 minutes' time. But it looks like we've got double minors. Looks like Gauthier is going to sit 4 and McMahon's going to sit 2. So I think it might be for the incident in the corner. Because I didn't see where when Grange Phillips put his hand up, and then obviously there was a little skirmish at the blue line and then towards the penalty box. So 5 minutes, really? Okay. Okay, sorry, my incredulousness. Okay, so here we go. There's the hit from Gauthier. Anderson had his head between his legs. Puck looked like it was in the vicinity. Can't make an informed judgment for this. Michael McMahon's been kicked out of the game. There's the shot from Anderson. McMahon. Oh yeah, okay. McMahon's given him the lumberjack now. That's a better angle there from the wide angle. But so he's given him the golf swing. Whether that was worthy of 5, I don't know, but definitely 2. So going to be interesting to see how this breaks down in terms of the on-ice strength. So both teams are going to be 4-on-4. The Bears will have a 1-minute power play. But if it's a double minor, and the Bears, sorry, and the, okay, this is. We'll wait for the final call here. So Max Parent, I'm sure I can actually hear what he's saying to Jeff Klink. Not going to try and let it bleed into the mics, but yeah, well, he's rightfully angry. I mean, this is. I can't really repeat what's being said, but rightfully angry. I don't think, kicking your captain out of the game, yeah, he shouldn't have given him the 2-hand lumberjack. I'm not sure if that would have been 2. Sorry, would have been 5 worthy. But he's going to have a conversation now with the referee. A few Mustangs fans are not happy. Neither is Max Parent. So we'll wait to see what the breakdown. Well, it looks like Esposito is going to serve the other minor here for the Sydney Bears. Someone's going to have to sit in the box at least. And it looks like the rookie, Cooper Metcalf. Welcome to the AIHL, Cooper. Your first shift. Serve a 5 for your teammates. But so it looks like we're going to have indeed 4-on-4. And then a short power play here to the Sydney Bears. But the Mustangs already depleted on the blue line, obviously with the loss of Troy Robertson. Here's a shot there from Laramuru and a save there from Nastiuk. Schlamp goes digging for it, and Isaacson has the puck down here on the near side. Isaacson 2-on-1 developing here with Vyasov. Oh, his shot went across the face and wide, and Owens picks it up just inside the blue line. I'm sure this is going to be a worthy talking point online and all week during this game, particularly if the Mustangs don't take the points here. Here's Owens now. His shot, and that was over the shoulder of Kimlin and trickles out to the neutral zone for Darling to chop off and send right back in. Annesley picks it up now here for the Bears. Lemarou almost had his pocket picked there by Vyasov, lurking for that breakaway. Here's Annesley now. Guillenay arriving straight off the bench, goes to Ratcliffe instead, left it behind. 3-on-1 potentially here for the Mustangs if they hurry. Vyasov, pass was just in front of Isaacson, who's tired at the end of a long shift. Back to Vyasov. Vyasov moving in, shoots, chips it across to Owens, excuse me. And that was just wide. 34 seconds left in period number 2. And plenty of talking points in this game. Obviously, the McMahon penalty going to be the talking point of period 2. Vyasov has the puck now. Thought about the wraparound, then pulled the trigger and managed to do it too wide. And Annesley out now here to Ratcliffe. Oh, Vyasov's going to get it back. Vyasov had plenty of the puck here in this second period. Now here to Thomas. Back to Vyasov. Got Lane on the other point. Long-range try and a save there from Kimlin. And the Bears, well, really stumbling around with it in their own zone. Here's Thomas now. His shot, and that goes over the glass. That will do it. Period number 2 in the books. And plenty to discuss about this one. It is the Sydney Bears 2, the Mustangs 2. Vadim Vyasov has 2 for the Mustangs. Ratcliffe has 2 for the Bears. 2 men currently sit in the box. Gauthier, a 4-minute double minor, and Michael McMahon sits in the dressing room for 5 minutes with Cooper Metcalf serving his penalty. And big plot twist in this one, so make sure you stay tuned for period number 3. The Bears 2, the Mustangs 2. We'll be back with the 3rd period of play right after this. And welcome back to the O'Brien Ice House here in Melbourne, where it is 2-2 between the Sydney Bears and the Melbourne Mustangs. 2 goals to Jake Ratcliffe, 2 goals to Vadim Vyasov, and 2 people sitting in the box. And in true Richie Beno fashion, Danek Gauthier has 2-2-2 left on his penalty. And the major penalty to Michael McMahon has 3-2-2. So twos are wild here at the O'Brien Ice House this afternoon. I got a little bit of a clarification on a previous statistic, as there was a bit of debate about that in the second intermission. I must apologise to Sean Jones. 250 AIHL games previously, obviously, with the Melbourne Ice. So that clears that up. Hopefully, he won't bail me up in the players' race after the game. No, it's all good. Great achievement there by Sean Jones. And as I said, a slew of players, particularly from the Mustangs, of us, we're heading into that era where a lot of the original Mustangs have hit that 200-game milestone. Starting to come into that frame. Obviously, Matt Stringer, Brendan McDowell, Matt Anderson, all in that club in the previous weeks and hit those milestones this season. However, we hit the third period between the Mustangs and the Bears. We're underway here. Don't forget, we're starting this 4-on-4. Then the Bears will have a short 1-minute power play. Here's Annesley. Send it across there for Ratcliffe. It's kicked off the skate and up to Parker Thomas. And sent across now here to Thomas, back to the trailer, getting the give and go there from Isaacson. And the Bears have the puck here through centre. Schlamp now just backhands this one into the zone, ran into Thomas and Vyasov. Thomas gets to the puck first before Schlamp does. And he's got it now. Anderson calling for the blue line. Alex against it. Alex just skated out now here for Melbourne. Set up ice. Thomas has the puck now. Swatted at by Clare. Ratcliffe skates onto it with Newmark. 2-on-2 come the Bears. Here's Ratcliffe, tried to drag and shoot, and Thomas read that play beautifully. And he starts out through centre now here for Melbourne. Up now here to Jones. Jones to the outside. Fires into the netting. It goes, that being of the black variety, not the white. And that will be a face-off. So as even as it gets out here at the O'Brien Ice House, just a few more home games to be played here in this 2019 AIHL season. The Mustangs, of course, only have the one remaining home game, that being against the Sydney Ice Dogs on the 18th of August. Pair of saves there from Kimlin, and pair of pretty comfortable saves there for the Sydney Bears goaltender. Clare tangles up there with Owens in the corner as they both dig at the biscuit. Owens persistent, gets knocked to the ice for his trouble. Clare, frustration penalty, and that's going to cancel out the 4-on-4. And to the box goes Terrell Clare, and to the power play for the Mustangs. Courtesy of Terrell Clare, Jordan Owens went to the ice, and 18:46 to go. The Mustangs going to have a short man advantage. Let's have a look. Just in the corner, a bit of a tangle. Yeah, well off the puck. Owens went down pretty easily, but penalty was there. And Nastiuk picks the puck up now here for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs are trying to get an advantage here in this third period. Has been the, as I said, the bane of their existence this season. They've lost a lot of games in the third period after getting a fast start, but the Bears have pegged them back pretty well this game. And when it was the last time they met, it was the third period where the Bears got 4 unanswered goals, and it really turned into a bit of a blowout in the end, despite being even for most of the game. Here's Owens now. Hands it back now here to Vyasov. Got Thomas isolated and plenty of ice over there. Thomas thought about the shot, does so on the second attempt. Kimlin took it in the chest, then covers, and will get a whistle. So as we mentioned, fast approaching the end of the AIHL season here in 2019. Well and truly into the business end. The Mustangs, well, they take on the CBR Brave next week. As play is restarted. They also take on the Sydney Bears on the Saturday. And then they're back here against the Sydney Ice Dogs. And then they close out the season with a trip to the Newcastle North Stars. And then they'll play the Ice Dogs one more time on the final game of the season. This one shot there. Thomas with a drive, and that one's kicked aside by Kimlin. As back onto the ice now is Esposito. Chance from the bench there for the Mustangs, warning him of his return to the ice. As this one sent across, save, they score! It's Owens! The Mustangs have the go-ahead goal. It's 3-2. Good job in isolating Anthony Kimlin, drawing him post to post. And Jordan Owens has the go-ahead goal now here for the Melbourne Mustangs. That's his 7th on the year. Let's have a look at the replay. The initial play there from Thomas. What a pass. Owens was in the back door, and Ratcliffe couldn't get there in time. And a great goal there from the Mustangs, and a great time to get it too, just after the intermission. 17:23 though, plenty of hockey remaining, and I'm sure the Bears will be looking to even the scoreline here at the O'Brien Ice House. And sure is set for a fast finish. Brucker just backhands this one into the zone for Schlamp to go and chase. Didn't get enough of the red line, the center red line, according to the linesman. Will have an icing call. So let's have a look. Here's Owens. Brilliant vision there from Thomas, and whoa, just between the blade of the skate and the post went the puck. Centimetre perfect there from Owens, and the pass as well there from Thomas, who's got the puck now. And to quote one Paul Jaffa-Watson, who has his license back, I'm told that he has. It looks like he might lose it again though, I'm sure. And the best way to get past Anthony Kimlin is to move him left to right, because he's going to see the puck all day. So here's Brucker now. Lifts this one into the opposite corner. Owens. Oh, well, indecision there. Slam in front of the net. It's a shot from Brucker. What a save by Nastiuk. Well, Owens almost went from hero to villain there. A defensive lapse, and that almost went by Nastiuk. Pedestrian clearance, and, well, two great saves as Brucker was looking for the tying goal. Here's Anderson the other way. Slides it through. Kimlin comfortably saves that one. Well, that was a real brain freeze there from Jordan Owens. I think he was intending to cycle this one the opposite side, just didn't get enough of it. Yeah, oh, he broke his stick. So Schlamp got lucky there, but Nastiuk, the beauty stop, and he keeps his team in the lead. 3-2, 16:27 to go. And that twig might be worth the money, not just financially in replacing it, but in terms of the scoreline for the Mustangs in their season. Invaluable. That save there by Kimlin yet again. We take a look at the Sydney Bears in terms of their remaining schedule. There's no real easy games, considering that you have to win them all. Well, they're in a much better position anyway, but they have the Perth Thunder as that one saved again by Kimlin. They have the Mustangs obviously next week. Then they have the Perth Thunder at Perth. And then they have the Bears on the second half of that road trip, that infamous Perth-Adelaide road trip. And then they will close out the season with the Battle of Sydney on the Friday night, and then the Adelaide Adrenaline on the Saturday on August the 24th in Sydney. So they've got a couple of important fixtures. 2 games against Adelaide, though. That's a bit advantageous for them. No disrespect to the Adrenaline, but you would expect the Bears to win. Hopefully the Adrenaline can get a win before the season is over. They've come close a couple of times, and one of those times was against the Bears in Adelaide. Brucker now. Look, that was Ratcliffe. Here's Owens. Darling just peels off. Nothing on offer, so has to go back and go for take 2 now here on this breakout here for the Mustangs with Flack and Humphreys on this third line. Darling just backhands this one and heads to the bench for a line change. McDowell went prodding for the puck. It went past him. Vyasov trying to hold it in as well for the Mustangs, but it goes back into the opposite corner for Lamoureux. And back now here to Burke. Burke now picks this puck up with Vyasov. Burke cuts through the high slot as he so often does. Shoots blocked up there by Newmark and goes back into the half wall. Burke still has the puck though, managed to fish that one back across. Here comes Thomas with a one-time drive. Good save there. Kimlin going post to post. Burke picks up the change. Got Lane and Thomas on the blue line. Got Thomas now. Drops it off. Looking for Lane. Deflected shot on a follow-up drive and they score! It's Jamie Burke and it's 4-2 for Melbourne. And just like that, 2 goals in the third period here for the Mustangs. Has them a 2-goal lead. They've come out of the blocks flying from the second intermission. Burke shot that one through traffic He initially tried to drop that one off. Here's the shot there from Burke after he dropped it off to Lane. We intended to drop it off to Lane, did Thomas, but it fell to Jamie Burke. Made no mistake. And it's 4-2, and the Bears on the back foot now, despite being even keel with them for most of this game, but 15 minutes to play here. Long time in hockey. Sent up to centre ice. It's a cliche, yes, but that is the truth. Here's that one gloved by Schlamp. Cancelled out as Flack touched the puck, so no hand pass. Brucker over the blue line with Schlamp. Brucker draws his man Thomas there with some undue attention. Gets shouldered into the glass. The puck bubbles up into the slot, but Anderson will try and skate it out. Lost control and sent right back in there by Lamoureux. And offside as Thomas and Brucker just have a little reminder of what the scoreline is. And that's going to be intentional offside, I believe, and it's going to go all the way. So intentional offside is the call, and not what the Bears wanted, obviously. So 14:27 to go. The Mustangs with a 2-goal lead. Schlamp to take the draw for the Bears. Lost that one out. Erzen's going to skate back now here for the Mustangs. In pursuit there is Brucker. It's sent blindly back into the Bears zone. That's going to be icing. And no call as Kimlin is upset about the non-call, and he had a case. Here's Apps, picks this one up to Schlamp. Schlamp just shoves Humphries to the ice. Real show of strength there. And Humphries straight back to his feet. Here's Funes. Sent to Brucker. Brucker going hard into the corner. Follow up drive and a good shot there from Lamoureux. We got a whistle. Not sure what that was for. As linesman Jeff Klink blew that down. Must have been shot into the bench. Didn't say, well, we've got a player hurt. I'm just trying to see who's coming off the ice. Looks like it's Mitch Humphries, yeah, yep. Sorry, I should have just looked at my screen instead of trying to look across at the bench. But there, Mitch Humphries, favouring his left leg there. Let's hope he's okay as the puck goes around the kick plate and sent up across the Vyasov, the target. It might bounce fortuitously there for Isaacson, but the wiser stick there of Ratcliffe managed to get it through to Annesley, and they start 2-on-2 to the Bears. Here's a shot and a save, and a gloved save at that by Nastiuk. Vyasov gets it underneath the referee. Isaacson takes it at centre and evades a check there from Annesley on the back check. Burke pumps it the rest of the way, and Kimlin will settle it down for the Bears. 13:23 to go. Annesley trying to quarterback something out of the zone now here for the Bears. Sends it up down the far side here for Ratcliffe. Gets a chop there from Jamie Burke. Coughs the puck up, but Annesley there to bail him out and send it up to Michael Haynes. Lost possession of the puck. Wardlaw couldn't win it back, and it's sent back to centre. And a neutral zone battle in the last couple of minutes. Clare runs lane. Not much in that one. Kimlin sends it around to Ratcliffe, who's all by his lonesome on the far side. Got Anderson in with him in the crosshairs. Flips it across into the opposite corner. Darling's going to have to be wary of the chase here from Wardlaw, but gets it up to Flack, and he sends it in turn now here to Jones. 2-on-2 the other way over the blue line. Jones drops it back to Flack. Flack walking in on Kimlin. A shot! Great save there from Kimlin. They're really nearly 5-2. But you're very rarely going to score those on Anthony Kimlin. Here's Jones. Anderson lined up by Clare. That looks like a penalty, and yes, it will be. Here's a 6-on-5. Here's a chance for Owens. Delayed man there was Darling. Couldn't get a trigger. And they score! Well, there's some indecision here from the Bears. Are protesting that never went in, or that their player touched it. I'm not sure exactly what they're protesting about, to be honest. Looks like Darling has his first of the game, unless the linesmen are going to have a chat. Looks like Klink and Phillips are going to confer here, or maybe not. It's a done deal. I'd like to see a replay of that if we can upstairs, because I'm not sure what exactly that was called for. The penalty was obviously tripping there. Anderson got upended. Now let's have a look at it. Here it is. It's sent in front. There's Darling's shot. Kimlin made the save. I don't think that ever went in. Replay. Here's the shot. Never went in. So I know that. All right, we'll have another look from the wide angle potentially. That looked like it didn't cross the line at all when Kimlin's just made the save. But if I'm wrong about that, I'll happily take that as incorrect. But here's the puck sent into the opposite corner. Icing will be the call. So that's a very controversial, couple of controversial moments this afternoon. Let's have a look again. So we slow it down. There's Darling's shot. No, oh, just wind it back a couple of frames if we can. Just let's have a look. Is it ever in? No, it looks like it. No. Okay. Unless that's hit the crossbar and it's too fast for the camera in terms of the frame rate. That didn't go in, but if it did, oh, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. I'm being corrected here by a producer. I won't talk about things I don't know, which is 99% of things in life. Here's Brucker, sent across now, back to Newmark. Over the blue line now, with Rubes going towards the net. Loose puck in the high slot. Here's Thomas for the Mustangs. And he starts out down the near side, flips it into the opposite corner, rides the check there from Schlamp, who took it right into the ice. Clare lays the boom, he gets sent into the corner. The Bears frustrated at the moment. Schlamp drops it off. Here's Rubes, couple of veterans, and the two last remaining Bears on this Sydney team anyway. The other being Thomas Lander from that 2007 AIHL Goodall Cup. The last one Sydney won. Here's Burke now one-on-one. Burke poked away there by Guillenay. Vyasov pulls off, drops it off to Owens. He gets checked there by Newmark, and he takes the puck. Good play there from the Bears forward. Here's Rubes now. Well, stolen there by the goal scorer, Darling. Out now here to Burke. Burke takes the puck. Brews through a couple of players. His shot goes wide. Vyasov now. Vyasov delays. Owens camps at the back door, hoping for a similar play to that fourth goal. Put back now here to Isaacson. Here's Darling looking for the shot. Up now to Owens. Blast one, and it's kicked out there by Anthony Kimlin rather comfortably. Sent across to the opposite corner. 10.5 to go here in this final period. 5-2 the scoreline to the Mustangs. So they've got 3 here in this third period. It was 2-2 at the second intermission. Nice swat there from Newmark to break the play up. But Darling has the puck at his own blue line. And the Bears, the end of a long shift, started to change one by one, as are the Mustangs. Thomas decides to eat up some more time off the clock. 10-16 of that to be exact. Darling sends it up the kick plate up towards Isaacson with Burke. Backhands this one in deep. Annesley's going to beat all comers to the puck and send it right back to the neutral zone, where Lane will pick it up and send it right back to Annesley. Bears unable to get fresh legs on the ice as they start their break out up out of the zone. Annesley now back down here at the near side to Ratcliffe. Can he muster some more here for the Bears? Loses the handle on this pass, and it's sent back to the neutral zone. Lamoureux will take it here for the Bears. Now to Annesley. And Lamoureux starts out through the neutral zone. Funes, intelligent chip play there to just feather touch that one in. There's Thomas. Back now here to Jackson Lane. Sends it up ice now here to Anderson. Anderson, we're going to burn now here with Flack. 2-on-2 come the Mustangs. Anderson drops it off. Flack near side. Delay man is Jones. He shoots and he scores! 6-2 to the Mustangs. 9:22 remaining, and you could pretty much ice the 3 points here for the Mustangs. Sean Jones got his 250th AIHL game last night. He's got one here for the Mustangs, and they have a 4-goal lead here at the O'Brien Icehouse. Great play there. What a drop pass there from Flack. He's having a hot couple of weeks, and Jones just sealed the deal there for the Mustangs. And as Paul Jaffa-Watson would say, the old ABC, timeout call. That's Jones's 9th goal on the season. And timeout for the next 30 seconds. And so let's see what Ron Kaprowski has in response here. I mean, it's a big ask, 4 goals to at least force it to overtime. With 9 minutes, however, as I said, they got 4 goals in the last period last week, but that was a bit of a different scenario. Could be the reverse of that. The Mustangs, well, so far they have completely flipped it, the script anyway. They've got 4 goals in the third period. So whether the Bears have anything in response, we shall see over the next 9.5 minutes. Third line out, Haynes, Brucker and Rubes to start for the Bears on this shift, with Guillenay manning the points with Clare, and it's gone straight now here to Jordan Owens. Owens has the puck now. Owens drags this one to the corner, just delays, and some nifty stiff work and skating there from Jordan Owens. Trying to drive to net, got cross-checked, and yeah, it's a pretty clear penalty there from high stick. Okay. I thought Guillenay's little cross-check on the entry there from Owens was the penalty, but the high stick is the call. It looks like Owens did get one in the chops as well. And he's claiming he's bleeding. So looks like Vlad Rube's going to sit a double minor, uncharacteristic from him. So here's Owens, drives to it. Look, there's pretty clear cross-check there from Guillenay. But I didn't see where the high stick was. Must have been Vlad just to the right before that cross-check. So it must have just come straight up high and hit him at that angle. 9:03 to go. Looks like it's going to be a double minor indeed. Blood was drawn, so 4-minute double minor now here for the Mustangs. And there's been 3 of those at least this afternoon. Don't see that too often. Here's Thomas now inside the blue line. Drops it off of Vyasov. Burke interchanges with Isaacson setting up shop in front of Kimlin. Here's Thomas. Sent across now here to Vyasov. Thomas. Vyasov now drops it off side of the net. Isaacson tries to find the 5-hole, but doesn't find anything other than the stick of Anthony Kimlin, and it's sent back the rest of the ice. And 3:20 left on the double minor to Vlad Rubes for high sticking, and the Mustangs will have another breakout now here through the neutral zone. Entry crucial, but not really when you're 4 goals up. Picked up by Flack, tries to get around Clare, and he roofs this one out of the zone and all the way back now here to Kevin Nastiuk, who hasn't had much to do this period, but it was certainly busy in the first and second. Jones wheels around and picks the puck up now here for the Mustangs. Here to Darling, who's got a controversial goal. Here's Flack now. Tried to get around back to McDowell. McDowell slings one on net and taken catcher style there by Anthony Kimlin, and we'll have a face-off. 2:45 remaining on the man advantage here for the Mustangs. And should the Mustangs, we should talk about the permutations in terms of this season. Should they take the 3 points, they'll go to 33. They'll only be 3 points behind the Thunder. That shot from McDowell, looking for the tip there from Flack in front, nearly got the stick on it, and roofed out there by Newmark. So the Mustangs will go to 33. The Thunder, obviously yet to play the North Stars this afternoon. Should the Thunder lose in regulation, they'll remain only 3 points clear of the Mustangs. The North Stars will go to 47. But if the reverse is true, then the Thunder will go to 39, and that 6-point buffer between the Thunder and Mustangs will remain. The only thing that changes is the games remaining count, and that might be the enemy of the Mustangs if they're trying to catch Perth. Here's Annesley. Darling now, dropped off now here for Jones, put back into the corner. For Anderson, stolen brilliantly there by Annesley. Just couldn't clear the zone though, and Darling managed to prevent it traversing the blue line. It's put up now here to Matty Anderson. Darling pumps it right back into the corner. Flack and Jones with McDowell in space now here at the point. Goes to him now. McDowell just trips it off now here to Jones. Draws a player to him. McDowell thought about the shot, got player in space in Darling, send it across there to Jones. He decides to take this on the rebound off the kick plate. His shot through traffic. Flack couldn't get the stick on it for the tip, and it swatted the rest of the way. And Nastiuk, the lone man back there for the Mustangs, gives his team enough time to change up, as the Bears do likewise, with 1:18 remaining on this kill for them, but 6:20 on the clock that counts. Here's Vyasov down the far side with Burke and Isaacson on this first power play unit. Burke prodded at there by Funes, back to Burke, got Thomas in space and Owens to his right. Burke now to Thomas, got a shooting lane, takes it, and kept out again by Kimlin. Burke now. Funes harangues him just enough to get the puck into the neutral zone, and Vadim Vyasov, who has 3 points this afternoon already, 2 goals and an assist, kicked out there by Funes. And Guianet has the pass. Maybe potentially looking for Ratcliffe, just camped Seagull-esque there at that far blue line. Send it across there. Funes just inadvertently took that off his skates. It's pumped in deep, and 33 seconds remain on the man advantage now here for the Mustangs. Starting out down the far side is Owens. He's got one tonight already. Over the blue line, Isaacson setting up shop there behind the net. It's set down here to Vyasov, walking in, and an easy save there for Kimlin, taking away time and space. Thomas got Burke calling for it. Burke's got plenty of time to shoot, but gives it back to Thomas, with Isaacson and Vyasov creating a nuisance and a screen there in front of Kimlin. And walking in there is Burke, and a shot and a save from Kimlin as well. Owens tried to slip that through to Vyasov in the low slot. That's going to do it. A big kill there for the Bears, but when you're 4 goals down, it's a bit of a big ask and takes some of the shine off it, as Guianet gets clipped there on the way through, as Kimlin is a bit of sarcastic applause there toward referee Grange Phillips. A little frustrated, I think, is Kimmer, to say the least, as Funes touched that puck and cancelled out the ice. 4:43 to go. Sent up ice now down the near side by the Mustangs. Metcalf on for his first shift. Non-penalty box shift, that is, for the Mustangs. Good to see. Here's Clare now to the high slot. Clare, maybe one move too many, as Thomas managed to separate him from the puck and put it into the corner. Rubes goes digging at it here for Sydney, and the Bears have it. Schlamp with a little bit of a cross-check. Thomas throws it across the other side, and Thomas, who's had a big game tonight for the Mustangs, sends it across now here to Brendan McDowell. Set up the far side. It goes now here for the Mustangs. Flipped up behind the net. Almost took an awkward bounce off the glass. Annesley back first there for the Sydney Bears, and picked up now here by Apps, who hasn't seen too much ice time this afternoon. Anderson now. Here's Annesley. Sends it out now here to Brucker, and the Bears trying to bust out now on the far side through Ratcliffe. 1v3, 1v4 make that. His shot goes over the glove there of Nastiuk, who didn't really move from his position, wasn't forced to. He's Schlamp now with the puck, trying to break back in now here for Sydney. Schlamp over the blue line, he fires, and that's about 3 metres over the glass and into the netting it goes. So the Bears running out of time, but a 4-goal lead in a third period is nearly impossible for any team to assail, barring a major collapse. 3:37, the Mustangs will likely take the 3 points here this afternoon, and going on a late run towards the AIHL finals, as Owens starts out down the near side. That'll be 6 points on the weekend should the Mustangs prevail here, getting them right back in the finals action. Put up now here by Wardlaw. Owens holds the line brilliantly, puts it now here to Jones. Jones looking for an outlet pass, can't get one, but finally gets it to Owens. Oh, look at the space Darling's got to shoot with his shot, and that's kicked out there by Kimlin. And going to work there is Guianet. He's been pretty good for the Bears in a losing effort tonight, I would say. Made some pretty pivotal plays off the puck as well. Here's Jones, just lackadaisically skates back. Gauthier, who's been very, very quiet here for the Bears and held to goalless so far this evening. That's uncharacteristic considering his standards and statistics so far this season. Darling has the puck in the opposite corner, puts it up to the kick plate, and it's taken now here by Lamoureux. Now there's Anderson now. His teammates are offside by a mile. Now they're onside. Good job there from Jones to get back onside. Here's Flack now driving the net. That's saved there by Kimlin, and back out now here to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe moves through the zone. Put out now, drop pass to Haynes. Ratcliffe just missed that one. Back now here to Isaacson. Isaacson to the outside, burst of speed. Isaacson tried to slip that one through to Metcalf, who was looking for it. Burke tries, and it's loose in the slot, and it's finally cleared there by Haynes. 2 and change to go here in the third period, as Isaacson takes the puck behind the net. Now here to Burke, looking for targets, hasn't got any in his scope. Puts it down here to Lane. His shot through traffic deflected. Isaacson's got it in the opposite corner. Lane around now here to Burke. Isaacson delays, tries to draw Kimlin to the ice, and his shot goes wide, and that one was chopped off there by the Mustangs. Turnaround shot from Burke was blocked up high, and this one's going to go into the opposite corner now for Lane. And that's going to be sent right back in for the Mustangs to potentially add to their score here with 90 seconds to go in period number 3. 10 across now here to Rubes. Rubes now, trailer is Schlamp. Rubes with a shot, it's loose, and it's cleared out there by Lane. Well, a chance to halve this deficit at least for the Bears and adds a bit more respectability to the scoreline. Goes astray, and Annesley has the puck now for the Bears. Vlad Rubes. Schlamp now with Brucker as well. Schlamp trying to hit Brucker there on that return feed and just couldn't get the puck through to him. So 1 minute remaining as the Bears will skate out of Melbourne with 3 points. And the Mustangs will take 3 points from both Sydney clubs. Oh, that shot from Annesley off the crossbar sort of sums up the Bears' afternoon. Plenty of talking points in this one, though. So you can see Kim has had a bit of a frustrating afternoon, I would say. Goal that I think didn't go in at all. You'd be pretty upset, pretty clearly upset with that, considering the circumstances that that transpired. But also a couple of non-calls and non-icing calls. But anyway, the Bears, you got to win it on the scoreboard as well. But it was 2-2 at the start of the first, I should say. Start of the third. What am I doing? This is too late in the game. No rod. There's 30 seconds remaining here in this one. And the Mustangs just maybe chance for one last attacking play. Here's Apps now. Sent up now here to Anderson. Anderson now will skate alone 1v3. Tries to add a little postscript there for the Bears, but going to run out of time, I would suggest. 10 seconds as the save comes in, and they almost score another one as that went off the side of the net, but that will do it here from the O'Brien Icehouse. The Mustangs have taken a 6-2 victory over the Sydney Bears and 6 points from the weekend. And they are right back in the AIHL finals hunt. And we shall see what that has in store for them at the conclusion of the other two fixtures here this afternoon, particularly between the Perth Thunder and the Newcastle North Stars. Great game from both Vadim Vyasov as well. And Jake Ratcliffe for the Sydney Bears, really the lone hand. Danik Gauthier held goalless and pointless for Sydney. And I'm sure the Bears will be looking to regroup and go back to Sydney next weekend as their AIHL finals season and their chase for second place takes a little bit of a speed bump, but obviously other fixtures will determine that as well. So to wrap things up here from the O'Brien Icehouse in Melbourne, it was the Melbourne Mustangs with a 6-2 victory over the Sydney Bears, and the permutations of AIHL season 2019 continue. I'm Steve White, and we'll see you one more time for season 2019 as far as the Mustangs are concerned on August the 18th. Join us when the Sydney Ice Dogs come to town for one final showdown. We'll catch you next time here on AIHL.tv.